They have healing magic. At this rate, we're not going to be able to knock them all down at once. Fine, we'll cut our losses, but know, Jerusalem, that I will be telling your parents about this.
Oh, we'll see who tells them first.
Goodbye, madam. If our paths cross, hopefully you'll be in a less hostile situation again. If you hadn't shot a javelin at her, we could have ended this fight a lot easier and sooner.
Well, we could have done just normal talking and debating if she hadn't tried to attack us with her 2 babies and their swords.
You two could have easily handled that, and then I could have talked to her and it would have been fine, but no, you had to throw a javelin after the woman. This is giving me a migraine.
The next ride is going to be 15 gold.
That's fair.
Oh, hello. Didn't expect you would be running around this late. How can I help you?
Oh. Hi. I have a letter I need to send. I need it to be sent, urgently.
Absolutely. First thing tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., I will send someone off with it. If you can pay the toll. Where is this, letter going?
Shadowhorn. I have, an uncle, Mooney Estiero.
Okay.
And when it gets to him, there's instructions for him to pass it along to my parents.
Okay. First thing tomorrow, 6 a.m., we'll send someone off with it.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pillar Arisen, a world of high fantasy, greedy adventurers, and mysterious gods. I am joined today by our adventuring guild, the Braid, led by Jerusalem Estiero, the Moon Elf Rogue, Kaya, the Centaur Paladin, and Lois, the Human Bard. It's been about a week, I would say. And we open up on you 3. I'd just like to know, what are you all doing today?
I think Kaya is writing in a journal kind of thing, but it's like a thick book type journal. And she's been kind of just compiling important info that she's been gathering, and she's planning on like writing it into a series of books.
Sure. What is this about exactly?
She's making a new entry on the cult.
Okay. What's Kaya writing down in her diary about the followers of Greater Divinity?
Well, it's the beginning of it is more like a play-by-play of what happened and what she learned in order, and then she probably does a little section at the end of how that fits into the world, and then a note at the end of how she feels about it.
Okay. So you're at the Braid Guild Hall. You're at your compound?
Yeah.
Okay. Lois, Jerusalem, what are you two doing today?
Good question.
That's why I asked it.
I feel like Lois kind of needed to shake off all that bad energy, quote unquote.
These vibes.
Because he didn't piss off Luxabel or me specifically. So what he's gonna do is he's definitely performing in the street, and then as he goes around like after for like, you know, the coin thing where it's just like doing some talking, kind of mingling with the crowds, he's absolutely swindling them.
Sure. Alright. I kind of want to see you roll a performance check, just to see how well this is going.
Yeah. That's a 19.
Nice.
19. Yeah. You're doing pretty well. You are bringing in a crowd of people as you're like busking in the street. Some of these people know you, some of them don't. Do you have like a hat or like a bag set out?
I definitely have, like, a kind of bag. It looks, a little fancy. Like, he's done his own little touch-up to it. Just laid out as he's kind of going around hunting
Sure.
occasionally and just being all around charming. He'll wink at a few people, Lois.
You see this adamantine dragonborn man, very tall, very like thin, who's wearing like robes that signify him as a member of like the bureaucracy here, and he's this adamantine dragonborn. He walks up and he flicks a silver coin into your pouch. Add to your inventory 2 bronze coins and 3 silver coins.
Yeah. Alrighty. I feel happy.
Okay. All right. Jerusalem, what are you doing today?
Let's see. Has Jerusalem gotten any sorts of like communications from his family about their kind of more like mafia dealings?
Did they text him
Like-
back?
Any business things they're doing? Any assassinations?
Let me.
How do they feel about the Lumi family?
Did they message him back about his strongly worded letter?
Let me just double check some stuff. I think it's too soon for them to have gotten the letter to your uncle. But once you get the letter to the uncle, I will say your uncle has ways of contacting your family immediately. And so you will, once it reaches the uncle, you will almost certainly get a letter back the next day. But I don't think... One moment, let me just double check.
Wait, how long does it take to get to Shadowhorn from Xandria?
We did the math, didn't we? I thought we did the
I
math.
think it was a few days.
Yeah, it's been a week.
Has it?
Riley said it's been a week.
Oh, I missed that. I thought it was a day.
Let me just double check.
Because I know we did the math. I remember that.
I have this handy dandy. Oh no. It's been 7 days. You have to wait 3 more days before you get mail back. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so you know it's coming soon.
Okay.
It takes about 10 days for a white messenger to get from Xandria to Shadowhorn. It takes about 10 days. It's been about a week, so 7 days. In about 3 days, the messenger will get to your uncle. Your uncle will probably notify your family. So you'll get a letter back the next day, you assume. You'll probably be contacted by, like, one of your siblings.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But what about other than that? Because, like...
Other than that, roll investigation to see if you've kind of picked up on any news or anything like that.
16 plus my amazing investigation of 7, so that's 23.
Oh, wow. So with a 23, the rumors that you get, so I think we get some more scenes of, like, you talking to Tobias as you go in every day, as you go in to just make sure, like, messengers haven't, like, come back early or whatever. Things like that. But when you go in, like, you get little tidbits from Tobias and stuff like that. Also, you're a skilled rogue. You can go around and get your own rumors. As far as you have heard, it's been relatively quiet in Grayscale, except over in the Red Isles, it seems like stuff is actually kind of going worse in the Red Isles. That night, it was a pretty big incursion, and a lot of stuff kind of got destroyed, and it seems that a lot of people are unhappy with the current protector of the island, and are kind of complaining and stuff like that. With a 23, what you will have heard is that some people are making an argument that Ophelia should be placed as the new protector of Withering. which is the island you were on. It's like a rumor. Not a lot of people are talking about it, but like there are some people moving in circles that are like, maybe Ophelia should be in charge. And there's stuff like that that's kind of getting picked up. Also, with the 23, wow, 23.
Yep.
I have to go to my phone notes for this. That's how deep this is with that 23. You know what? With the 23, I'll just have you find this dude outright. You are like hanging out with like who was that town guard, the loser town guard that Kaya was talking to?
Oh shoot! I think I took notes.
He was he was a sweet boy with Spot the Wyvern. Grusso, love it. You're talking to Grusso. You see, coming back into town, this kind of pinkish old kobold. He has like a little mining cap sit on his head, except instead of where there's a light be, there's just kind of a little platform for a candle, like a wax candle, that has been like put on. He is wearing like what's the equivalent of like the explorer, like khaki shorts and shirt that's just like way too many pockets. I'll just say he's wearing like a tunic and short situation that just has like is covered in pouches and pockets and things like that. And he has this big backpack
it's like
on.
The cargo pants and the vest and
exactly
fishing vest.
He has like there's a pickaxe like tied to the side of his thing. And he like is like coming back into town. You see, he isn't bleeding anymore, but he had been wounded on his side and he had to patch himself up, it looks like, roughly, as he like kind of like scurries back to Xandria.
So he's just like coming into town?
Yeah, he's like kind of like hurrying into town.
Alright, I would like to follow him, probably discreetly. Guess that's a stealth?
Sure. Roll stealth. I will have this character roll perception. And he is gonna do good at it.
I hope not.
Okay.
I got an 11.
That's
because I rolled a 3 and I plus 8.
It's so funny you say that because he got a 12.
Oh no!
So he like kind of stumbles into town. You start following him. It's easier to hide when you are in places where you don't stick out like a sore thumb, but you are an elf and you are, one, a mammal, which is pretty wild for these here parts, and two, even wilder, you are an elf, which is the race that literally forsook this mortal world and went to go live in mansions and party for the rest of time. So no one really sees you anymore. He takes notice of you, turns around, and like walks over to you very quickly. And he grabs your leg. And he goes, excuse me, are you an adventurer?
Yes. I actually run a guild in town, the Braid. We are adventurers for hire.
Oh, yes, perfect. He takes out like a sack of gold coins, and he starts waving it in front of your face.
Money eyes.
And he goes, I require the aid of you and any of your compatriots immediately. Take me to your guild hall. I will require sustenance, and then we can discuss payment, and we must be off before sundown. We simply must. Time is of the essence. And then he rushes off, and then he freezes. He realizes he doesn't know where he's going, and you are just standing there, and he turns around and he rushes back to you.
Jerusalem's like, of course, it's this way.
Okay. He follows you back to the guild hall. Lois, if at this point you want to say that you've returned home after busking, you absolutely can. And Kaya, I believe, was still at the guild hall while she was writing.
Yeah.
So,
Jerusalem, like, swings open the door and is like, Crumpet, a serving of treats and tea. We have a client.
Sure, absolutely. Just give me one little second. I'll just pop back into the kitchen and see what we have. And then Crumpet gets up. He stops playing his game of solitaire with himself. He very quickly scoops up all the cards, sets them on like the little table for like guests so they can play cards if they want. He does not own his own card pack. He just plays with the cards that have been laid out for people waiting. And he rushes back into the kitchen to see what he can find. He quickly comes back with a series of small muffins and tea. The kobold immediately just starts shoveling muffins into his mouth, and he takes the teapot, opens it, and pours the scalding hot tea down his throat.
Hey,
and then
man,
puts the teapot down, wipes his face, and he goes, "We simply don't have the time."
Sir, I'd like you to make a con save.
All right. He got a 1. He vomits. He throws up all over the table, Crumpet, all over the cards. Crumpet is just like, oh. He goes, "My dearest apologies. I think I ate a little bit too quickly. I haven't eaten in several hours, but that's besides the point."
Jerusalem is like, so, this job and the pay.
Of course. He whips out this sack of gold coins again, and again starts just waving it vigorously in your faces. And he goes, "I can pay 30 gold coins apiece, and I can offer you any treasure that isn't of the arcane persuasion that we may find. I am an archaeologist employed in town, a member of the Xandria Library. I am here working under the patronage of Earl Count Duke Salis. I'm not sure what his actual noble title is, but I don't think he's a count or a duke. So that must mean he's an earl. I'm employed...
That's his first and middle name.
Yes, I'm employed by Earl Solis and the Grayscale government as an archaeologist. I have been following the lead to find an ancient dungeon about a day's travel from here, and just the other day, we had an incredible breakthrough. We broke in. We found the door to an ancient mage's laboratory, their secret base, and we were able to unlock the door. And I was eager to come back with my findings to Earl Count Duke Salis, and so we cracked open the doors, we came inside, and my entire archaeology team was slaughtered in an instant by a horrifying construct. I managed to escape with my life, and I came back a day's travel straight here to hire a group of adventurers. He like sinks into the couch and starts like breathing heavily.
I didn't know we were in a fucking Indiana Jones movie, apparently.
We are! You didn't catch that from the fact he was wearing cargo shorts in the town?
Okay, I had a suspicion.
Well, call to action received. Let's go.
I apologize.
Hold up.
Yes, of course.
Okay. First of all, name.
Right. I am Professor Flit Rosefang. I am an archaeologist of some repute. I'm not from Xandria originally, but I was tasked to come here and search the surrounding area for dungeons that hadn't yet been discovered or raided. It is the government of Fangleam's belief that there were some valuable government assets that were lost to time during the Great Calamity, of course, and they've tasked me with finding remnants of what those might have been. And up to this point, I haven't been quite yet successful. But the other day, Eureka! We found it! And then all of the students I brought with me slaughtered in an instant.
Well, that's a shame for them. Alright, so that clause you mentioned, non-arcane weapons. Why specifically non-arcane?
No, I can offer any treasure, the gold I pay, and any gold that is found inside of the dungeon. Anything. However, I am tasked with the discovery and retrieval of ancient grayscale artifacts. So obviously, I, as the representative of the government of Grayscale, would have first claim to those. And I do believe there may be some of not insignificant importance inside. Me offering any treasure and any non-important magic items or whatever such you like. You have first dibs to that as additional payment along with the 90 gold, as long as I can sort of reserve any important documents or arcane artifacts that legally may belong to our great nation.
So this is a
All right.
Skyrim retrieval quest.
This is Indiana Jones, and y'all know it.
I mean, these tombs can occasionally be pretty lavish.
Exactly. But I have no idea how much gold or gems or art may be inside. But I am under the belief that it is a mage's laboratory, and so therefore there must be a small hoard of valuable items inside, all of which are yours, save for the magical artifacts that again legally belong to the government.
Jerusalem leans over to Kaya and Lois and is like, 3 times the amount of our last quest.
It's certainly more enticing.
Eyebrow wiggle.
Yeah.
Do you have any more of those? I haven't eaten in at least 24 hours. Do you have any more of those muffins? Any more tea?
I just want to say Kaya's helping clean up the barf.
Crumpet has very diligently cleaned up the table. He has thrown away the pack of cards. He has returned with he doesn't have any more muffins, so he just brought out a tray of like a chunk of meat that he has sliced into like slices and placed some like cheese by it to make a kind of like impromptu charcuterie board. And Professor Rosefang is like, of course, excellent. And he takes the chunk of meat that wasn't cut and just kind of like shoves it down his throat.
Oh my god.
Like a duck eating, like how ducks can't swallow.
Make another con save. Don't choke.
He gags a bit, he swallows it down. I fear I am also somewhat dehydrated. And Crumpet just gives him like a tin cup of water and he just throws it back like it's a shot.
And Lois, again, absolutely horrified and she just says to Jerusalem, I will say, if nothing else, the company will definitely be something to write about. And just staring in abject horror at the professor.
Jerusalem, kind of leans back and is like, well, if he dies from his already received wounds, we aren't held liable for that. But we could still get paid.
Exactly, that is very true.
Alright, Professor, let's head off.
Excellent, of course. He just, tosses the gold, at you.
Nice, getting paid ahead of time.
Thank God.
And he goes, by all means, go purchase whatever supplies you may need for a day's journey, and then meet me at the city gates. You have an hour. We have to depart before sundown. I would like to arrive back at the dungeon with utmost haste.
Is the 90G going into the money pool?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, quest stuff, all gonna be in the money pool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which means we do have to share if we're going shopping.
Yes.
There's a reason Lois performs for himself.
I need to pay attention to what's in my inventory now. I don't know what a piton is.
Oh, what?
I don't know, but it's in my backpack, apparently.
I've got an alms box. I can go begging.
That is not what an alms box is.
Oh, for the poor.
Okay, a piton is a spike for rock climbing. Well, I have 5 rations. That's more than enough for a
Oh,
day.
nice.
Oh, damn.
I have 2 rations,
I
so
have-
7 altogether.
Hold on. I have 5 days, yeah, so.
How come I only got 2?
Because you aren't, like, a traveling. You're a... you're a paladin.
So?
You're... More often, you are the one that's hired to go do things. We are the ones
Yeah.
that go out and do them, and then
I
get
do
paid.
have a bunch of other stuff, though.
Yeah. But, like, you're more likely to have some higher up be like, here is the supplies, go do this.
That's true,
As opposed
yeah.
to us doing something and then getting paid.
That's true.
Okay. Good thing we have rope and all
Yeah,
that.
we have a lot.
What do we need? I'm like, I already look like I have a decent inventory for...
If you have rations, if you have everything, if you don't want to take a look at the other shops or anything, by all means, you can just get ready to go.
One moment. I want to look at the shops.
I'm looking through it, but it's like...
I will say it's a day's travel to the place, so you will need at least like a day's worth of rations to make it out there.
We have that.
Yeah.
I might buy more rations, just so I can match everyone, so I'm not
That's fair.
behind. So that would be 3, so it's 15 gold. So that puts me
Eventually,
at...
I'm gonna buy that cantrip from the
I would like to
40,
go to the
17.
shops as well, mainly to see if I can charm myself a fancy weapon of some sort.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna charm yourself something that's worth 500 gold.
More shops. Zandria Marketplace. Alrighty. Jag's very good objects.
What if I bought a level 9 spell?
You do not have the money for a level 9 spell.
How would that even work?
For
I don't
sure.
have spell slots for it.
You basically get...
You get a spell spot for it.
Kind of like how I have a cantrip, even though I'm not magician in any
No,
way.
because you buy a level 9 spell scroll. That doesn't mean you have a spell slot to cast it.
That is true.
Scrolls do not require a spell slot to cast.
Oh.
However,
Oh, because you're burning the scroll.
the scroll is consumed upon usage.
Oh,
However,
it's a one-time use?
Mhm.
One time use.
Scrolls are
Oh.
one-time use. Also, on the other side of that, you have to be of the class
Mm.
that spell is from, unless you have a special subclass that gives you abilities otherwise.
Yeah.
For instance, a wizard could not cast a druid spell even if they had a druid spell scroll.
Yo, guys, a Messenger Raven is 5G. Why have we not bought that for our...
Buy hockey!
Hockey!
Okay, back to business. Riley, I am buying a healing potion.
That's smart.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna use the group money for that, because that's 50 gold.
Yeah, I'm using my money to buy stuff.
Okay.
So you go down to Venoms and Vials, which is...
What if I bought a climbing potion?
Oh my god.
A horse just scales a
Spider
mountain.
horse. Spider horse does whatever a spider or a horse does.
Hey, there's also
It's a
tricky
little bit confusing. Oh my gosh, spider horse. Look out. Here comes a spider horse. Okay, so Jerusalem. You head on down to Venoms and Vials, which is the local apothecary of Xandria. It is in the marketplace. You would know that Venoms and Vials is run by the husband of Tobias. It's run by Noaz, who is a kind of a more laid-back Yuan-Ti. He has black serpent scaling on his cheekbones and on the arms and legs where like body hair would normally be on a human. He kind of has like darker skin, but light curly blonde hair that he has grown out to his shoulders. And he like Tobias is like a little bit of like how do I say this? He's like a scoundrel almost. He's like kind of like he's a rowdy boy.
He's a scamp.
Right? Yeah, he's a bit of a scamp. Noaz is extremely like low key, very chill. Like, so you go into his shop. It's like a small wooden area. There is a counter that kind of separates this countertop full of these various vials and bottles full of different colored liquid with things floating in them to kind of separate them from the air. It's almost like you walked into a bar, except instead of that wall of drinks behind the counter, it's a wall of potions. And you see Noaz, who's kind of wearing these like dark robes and kind of like slumped against the counter. And when you come in, he smiles and goes like, "Hey!"
Hello. One healing potion, please. We're in a bit of a hurry, ready to go off on a quest.
Oh, absolutely. What strength? Just normal?
What's it called? Just common.
Just normal. He gets up and he goes over to a section that's mostly like these kind of vase-shaped small glass bottles full of red liquid. And he starts like pulling them out. They have different labels on them, and he finds one that's just labeled normal. And he sets it down, slides it over to you, and he's like, "That's going to be 50 gold."
Mm-hmm.
And you just want the one?
Yes.
All right, cool. Thanks.
I would like to say, Lois is coming in. I'm going to be trying for an invisibility potion.
Okay, how about you roleplay that
All
then?
right. So Lois saunters in because Lois, and he goes, "Noaz, it's great to see you. You and Tobias
Hi.
and the kids doing well."
Oh, yeah, they're still, you know how kids are at that age where they haven't quite grasped that demons are trying to take over a neighboring continent, just like one boat ride away. So they're still talking about how cool it was when all the red people fell out of the sky and had like spears sticking out of them and stuff, which is, I'm glad they're entertained, but
It's a youth thing. They'll continue on and move forward. I was wondering if you'd be open to a little bartering, obviously, just between friends. And he leans on the counter.
Okay.
I would like.
Are we friends now?
I would think so.
I would think we were work acquaintances at best, but all right.
Real quick, I just imagine, like, Noaz has probably heard so much about Jerusalem from Tobias, because Jerusalem's, like, popping into the mailroom every day now.
Yeah.
And then here's, like, oh, there's this guy that my husband keeps telling me about. Oh, here's the guy that works with the guy that my husband keeps telling me about.
I'm worried he's coming off as a little bit too stonery, and so I need to play that back, because I'm trying to make him like the level-headed, calm one to Tobias's kind of like me. But it's just kind of making him sound like a stoner when I just mean like a guy that's like not practicing medicine anymore. So I'm gonna try to tone that back. He gets up and he pulls this small square rectangular vial that's full of like a clear liquid. If you didn't know any better, it's just like a glass rectangle full of water. And he comes back. He doesn't set it on the table this time, and he goes, "You know these are 200 gold, right?"
Yes, and that's why I was hoping for a little.
Okay. You said bartering, which, one, implies to me that you don't have 200 gold, but also implies to me that you don't super know what bartering is, because bartering is the exchange of two objects or services of equal or relative value.
Oh, so you're telling me you wouldn't like a day where it's just your little ones are watched over and having fun while you and the husband go out and have a good date by yourself without having to worry?
A babysitter's like
to babysit?
a babysitter's like a
200
bronze
gold.
an hour. Like a well-paid babysitter is a bronze an hour. You would have to babysit my children for the rest of your life to get that. Do you want? Okay, that's no. He
Do
walks
you
back.
want
He
a
puts
godfather?
he puts it back on the shelf, and he turns around and he goes, "I didn't go to medical school so that you could tell me that your babysitting services are worth as much as an invisibility potion that I had to make myself."
You don't know that.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna need 200 gold or a service equivalent to an invisibility potion.
How about...
Lois about to offer a threesome.
It has crossed his mind, but not yet. That is like a last resort because Lois likes doing that. And he goes,
Last resort? I thought that was Lois's first choice, always.
No, they're married. He knows doing that is always a little bit like if they're married, that's always like a different
All right.
tier. That's a different
Alright,
tier.
at least you've got your boundaries.
The MILF was a MILF, okay? He didn't see any.
The MILF was a MILF, okay?
I want that on a shirt.
Damn, you should have made this for the commercial. No. Okay. And Lois takes a bit and goes, So while you have the babysitters, when was the last time you really had a good, you went to a good performance without the worry of, demons falling out of the sky and worrying about your children or your shops and works? When was the last time you got to enjoy some entertainment?
Okay, so I'm just doing the math real quick. An invisibility potion is equivalent to at least a second level spell. So again, do you have a service equivalent to a second level spell? Because then we can trade.
You're telling me that a beautiful song, a beautiful performance with a nicely paid dinner, fully serviced, all that, with a wonderful performance, with music taught by the goddess Sylph herself. Taught by. He, emphasized the taught by.
I didn't go to medical school in Northwing for this.
I have student loans to pay.
He's like, my guy.
How about this? You take my student loans.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Okay.
And this is me being extremely generous.
So bad.
One day, your autograph will be worth 200 gold, but not today.
That's so weird. I lost a town. I don't know where Northwing went.
Okay. I got...
Where'd Northwing go?
The first roll was an 18, the second roll was a 15. That's still pretty damn good.
Okay. A 15? He puts the invisibility potion back and he goes look, I get it. You're adventurers. You're going out there. You're doing a dangerous service. I understand. I also have mouths I gotta feed, and I have to buy components for these potions so I can keep my small business running. So I can't just be handing this out.
I'm not saying completely.
We'll discuss what you're offering in exchange for what I'm offering at another time.
That's no fun.
If you're looking for less expensive stuff, I'm sorry, you're not going to find it here. Maybe you can buy a different potion.
I was still going to pay you something. Sheesh.
You offered to babysit my kids.
Of course, obviously, first and foremost.
And then you offered to buy me and my husband dinner and, play Hammered Dulcimer during it.
I was offering to create a romantic evening fully paid.
Yeah, I can create a romantic evening on my own.
And Lois just kind of smirks and goes, oh? And kind of has that. Now's the tone when he gets that.
I've been married for a bit. My husband's not always in town. Look, you learn things. Now, either cough up coin or get out.
Boo. And he goes, I also know more than a hammered dulcimer. Thank you very much. As he leaves.
I just thought of the worst response to that, and I'm just gonna text it to Reese because I can't say it aloud.
No, you gotta say it!
I will say it!
I'll have Reese say it
I can
aloud.
say it! I can say it! I don't have
Filters? What's that?
reservations of saying something like that. Like Rowan does. Rowan said There's other things Lois can hammer than just a dulcimer.
Incredible! Okay,
I'm sorry, Kaya's out of commission for the rest of the day.
Kaya has exploded.
Kaya takes 1d6 psychic damage from 20 miles away.
Kaya's just like, I can sense Lois being a thought.
Okay. Does anyone else want to purchase anything or have a scene before we take off?
I don't know if it needs a scene, but I just want to tell you, the DM, that I'm buying a bunch of stuff from Jag. I don't know if that requires a scene.
You go to Jag. You go in. You might remember that Jag is your very good friend who offered you a discount for 3 people for 1 boat ride that you intimidated and threatened twice. So Jag is not super happy to see you cop into his shop.
I'm not here to barter or anything. I'm here just for stuff, and I'm going to pay.
Welcome to Jag's Very Good Objects, where you can exchange your coin for things that I have.
Good morning, Jag. We're about to go on another adventure, and I'm just here to pick up some items that we might need.
Very well, what do you need?
Well, I'll just tell you what I bought. Got 3 rations, a 50-foot rope, manacles, and a net.
Okay, mark off the cost of that.
I did. I am now at 136 gold out of 155.
Okay. Jag hands you over all the things. He pauses when he's holding the manacles. And he glances at Kaya, and he glances at the manacles.
Just in case.
He does a mental calculation. He goes, alright. And he gives you the manacle.
You never know what we'll find in a dungeon. Wait.
Wait. Kaya just mentally retracts.
Wait, I don't... Exhale on the manacles, we're going to a dungeon!
Kaya just went, shit! I miscalculated!
The whole thing with Lois has got my brain all scrambled. I am taking the manacles.
Okay. See, that was worth the scene. Kaya, you head out with your grocery bag full of things.
Yeah, I put them
Jamie,
in my saddlebag.
If you don't draw your priest or your paladin on a t-shirt going like, you never know what we'll find in a dungeon. Wait.
Holding manacles.
Just holding some cups. My gosh, I want to draw it with her holding, like, the fuzzy sex cups. You never know what you'll find in a dungeon.
He also digs out a key to the manacles and gives it to you also.
Oh.
He goes,
Yes, safety.
These also come with the manacles.
Probably smart.
People in this town are weird.
Just was thinking of breaking them.
Kaya's just like taking these things completely innocently, and it's a good thing Lois isn't there.
Oh yeah, no! Lois
Yeah,
would have
for
said
sure.
so much.
Jag makes a living out of selling stuff to adventurers. He knows
Yeah.
handcuffs are a thing you need sometimes.
Okay,
I was debating buying another weapon, but she already has a lot.
I was gonna say, do
You
you
could
need
stock
any
up on
more?
lances.
I could. I have 5 javelins, though.
I was gonna say, do you
You
really
could have
need any more?
Hold on. It's 5 silver for a javelin. How much silver is in gold?
5 silver to 1 gold.
Okay, so that would be 1 gold per javelin.
Yes.
I just...
Wait, no, it's 1 gold for 2 javelins, because a javelin is 5 silver.
Yes. Okay.
So it'd be 2 yeah, for 1 gold you could get 2 javelins.
I could have 272 javelins.
Oh my god.
At that point, Riley's gonna bring in weight carrying.
I would 100%. I'd be like, "How are you carrying 500 javelins, you idiot?"
And then we'd all have to count up weight of our inventory, and it just won't be fun for anyone.
Yeah. So let's not do that.
I'll take 2 more javelins. 7's a good
Okay.
number.
All right. Mark off that gold. I'm trusting you all to mark off your gold. I'm not gonna
Yes.
babysit you for that.
135.
Okay.
That makes me happy because now it's at a good number. I don't like it when it's not a 5 or a 0.
Or 69?
Okay.
Or 69?
No.
That
You
took
shut
me a
up.
moment.
Yeah. No, you're wrong.
That took you a moment.
You're wrong, actually.
Ooh, hold up. So, like, can we buy anything off the weapons table?
Anything off the weapons table as long as you have the gold for it.
Yeah, you also
Okay.
have to keep in mind, though, what you have skills for and stuff, what you can actually use.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. How do I... Ah, damn it.
Your proficiencies.
It's not on my proficiency. Never mind.
Wait,
I
what
was
are
gonna
you?
get a whip.
You're gonna get a whip? You have proficiency with whips. You
Do
are a
I?
rogue.
It doesn't say it in my weapon.
Where are you finding?
Let me just double check. Your rogues have proficiency with all simple weapons.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
hold on. I want to
I'll
see.
make a note of that.
I want to see what I got. Because
A whip is a simple weapon, right?
to my knowledge.
It's
I
not
don't
martial.
know. It might be martial.
Hold
Let
on.
me double check.
I was gonna say I want to look at that so I can double check.
Yeah.
It is
it's martial.
martial.
You cannot use a whip.
Okay.
I could use a cat o' nine tails, which is not as far-reaching.
It's not as
but-
cool, but it's a lot more deadly.
Not really. Not compared to my other stuff. It's only 1d4.
All right. What can Lois use? Simple
I'm
weapons.
sad.
Okay.
I can't go into this Indiana Jones style.
Club, dagger, great club, hand axe, javelin, light hammer, mace, quarterstaff, sickle, spear. And then
Okay.
ranged ones, crossbow, dart, short bow, and sling.
I would like to get a quarterstaff.
Okay, mark off the gold.
Okay, I'm looking. It is
2 silver.
2 silver. That is. Oh, that's exactly how much silver I earn.
Nice.
There you go.
So I
You
know.
slide 2 silver over to Jag, and Jag is like, "Excellent. Have a long stick."
It's just a stick. It's just a normal stick he tore off a tree.
It has very good carved into it.
Jack's very good stick.
He's kind of just stuck a gem into the top of it.
Not even a gem. Are you kidding?
It's a quartz.
Oh my gosh,
It's
that'd
not
be
even
so.
like a plain quartz. It's still stuck into the rock. So it's just a rock stuck onto the top of it with a bit of quartz sticking out.
Hey Mark Experience listeners, it's end credits time. I know you love hearing this part, but I like to remind you guys that you can find us on Tumblr, Instagram, and even TikTok. And if you like to buy the music, you can buy it all at markexperience.bandcamp.com. We also have a constantly growing collection of merch at redbubble.com/people/mark-experience, where you can buy posters and shirts and stickers and all that. If you want to support your favorite editor and musician, you can head over to my Ko-fi account at ko-fi.com/Jamie Remy. That's spelled JAMIEREMY. Mark Experience can be located basically anywhere podcasts exist now, so you can listen wherever's easiest. See you next episode!